Hey there, besties. We gotta talk. So I'm about to play a video. It's very short. It's from our friend DOD. Shout out to him. He is back on the scene. It's been so long. There's so much going on. Things have changed so much. Always, always, always good to see you. Yes, I will be tagging him because he tagged me in this video from a portion of the video that I made about the two people who regretted their decision with regard to electing Donald Trump because they didn't think this was going to happen, specifically about the Department of Education. So DOD played a portion of what I said from that video. So I'm going to go ahead and let this whole thing play. Then I'll come back and respond to him. I'm sure y'all will remember this. I know some people will say that it's white people, but it's just people who don't be paying attention. First of all, again, you don't get everything that you want. If you went for him just because of a slogan, then you deserve what you get. But why is it? This is no different than getting all this money for the food stamps and Section 8 and every daggone thing else. What is your state doing? What is your state offering? What is your state doing to help you since they're right there in front of your damn face? All this money that goes to schools and kids and federal funding that goes to all these states, not even just the ones that they just pointed out, that goes to all these states, and ain't nobody producing a batch of intelligent ass, kick ass coming out here to make the world a better daggone place. So what are we wasting the money for, Bueller? What are we wasting the money for? Yeah, he gonna get rid of the Department of Education, and yes, I did read that in Project 2025, and I ain't got a problem with it. You got...
Here we go. My friend MESSYMICHON, a Trump supporter, wanting Elon Musk and Trump to gut out the Department of Education. Now, she's not going to tell you all of the harm it's going to cause when there's no more after-school programs, when there's no more free lunches.
Okay. Let's go back.
Wanting Elon Musk and Trump to... Here we go. My friend MESSYMICHON, a Trump supporter.
Where have I ever said that I was a Trump supporter? I defy anyone to show and prove where I ever said that I was a Trump supporter. It's interesting to me that whenever anybody from the I don't even know if I want to say from the pro-black side or just from liberals and Democrats, because I don't go along with everything that they say, then that means I'm a Trump supporter. I'm going to go ahead and just say that if it wasn't Donald Trump, just said it was J.D. Vance, that I would be a J.D. Vance supporter. So I'm going to kind of let that go. But at the same time, I defy anyone to find anywhere where I said that I support Trump, unless I was being facetious about it, because I've had completely had it. Y'all know daggone well can't stand him. Can't stand him. Y'all already know.
Wanting Elon Musk and Trump to gut out the Department of Education. Now, she's not going to tell you all of the harm it's going to cause when there's no more after-school programs.
So in other words, it's going to cause harm because people aren't getting anything again for free. So the harm is that there's no after-school programs. So if the states are responsible because the Department of Education, no federal funding is coming, why can't they do that, Bueller? If it's that important, why can't the states do it? Why is it that each individual state can't run their daggone state and do what needs to be done for their daggone communities, which would give people closer opportunity to get to those people than they can to the president of the United States? Is that not an option? So it's just only one way to do things. Is that what we're saying, DOD? There's only one way to do things, and that means give, because we all know people like free stuff.
We like free stuff. So we came out here to get all this free stuff. But then the call saying you can't get the free stuff. What? Cause the people want to take it. And how y'all gonna take some stuff that ain't even yours? It's free.
So I got my 2 baskets and took the bus or whatever.
Wait a damn minute.
We get down here, we get some free stuff.
We're already in a recession. Times are hard. Why not just let us get the items and invest and be okay? We are black women. We care about our crown. Why not give back to the community and let us get the product? the tools, any other eviction.
And what does that do when you get stuff for free? I'm pretty sure we're in the same age range, and that your mama and granny said that if you don't work for something, you don't appreciate it as much as if you worked for it. We can see how people are entitled right damn now, and they don't want to work for anything. Most of this new generation don't want to work. They want everyone to give them everything, and they're the most entitled, laziest generation ever. They can say it's because of high food prices. They can say it's for whatever. They think that they should come in and get what grown people have gotten over the years. They should get it at the age of 22, 23, and 24. And life just don't work like that. And the participation trophy has had an effect, and that's what we're seeing right now. And just by saying that one statement right there shows and proves that already. When we had after school programs for our children, guess who paid for it? We did. I understand that everybody can't pay for it, but here's another thing that people should understand. Prepare for your damn children. Don't have more children than you can take care of. Stop depending on the government. I've been saying that well before Donald Trump became president. So again, I'm not sure where the I'm a Trump supporter comes from.
When there's no more free lunches.
Free. All I'm hearing is free. So why can't people make lunch for their damn kids? Why can't parents make lunch for their kids? Is that a foreign concept? Why can't they give them money to buy lunch at school? Why is that never an option to do for your own? That sounds like a way of life. And when people are dependent on somebody else for everything, and I'm assuming we talking about Black people, DOD, then you get complacent, and then you expect it. And then when you don't get it, you blame and shame instead of taking responsibility for the life that you created by bringing said kids into this daggone world.
Free breakfast for these children.
Yeah, all I hear is free.
Who depend on that, especially.
Why can't the state do it? If it's so important, why can't the states do it?
And lower income school districts. She's not going to tell you about that.
When I tell people about that, because I know you've been away for a while, but my message has not changed. I've always said, well before Donald damn Trump was running for the second term, that we coloreds need to stop depending on the government. Because as easy as they give it to you, as quickly as they can take it away from you. And then when they take it away, pull purse strings away, which is no different than saying that you want to be taken care of by someone else, and then they decide they don't want to do it anymore. And then all of a sudden you don't know what to do with yourself because there's no one taking care of you. When is it that it is okay to have someone else take care of a whole ass grown ass adult that you ain't legally bound to? Bueller? I really do need to know that. And I'm honestly tired of hearing that we get affected the most. I know we get affected the most. So are we just going to continue to keep saying that we get affected, or are we going to do something about it here in 2025, after 2024, after 2023, after 2022, after 2021, after 2020? Like every year, it's just going to be the same excuse over and over and over again. Nobody wants to talk about birth control, being a family, having a cohesive family, not having children out of wedlock, not having a bunch of children that you can't afford, not going around getting pregnant by Darkus and DeMarcus, not being on the dole for every damn thing, not thinking that you deserve all these food stamps when it's supposed to be a supplement to what it is that you bring to the table. And yet most people think that all your food needs are supposed to be handled by food stamps. I've been saying it for 3 years that this daggone food stamp thing is going to change. I've been saying it for years that the cash assistance is going to change. All that stuff ain't going to continue to be given. It's not really rocket science. The writing was already on the wall, and these things started changing under Joe Biden.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
But no one wants to acknowledge that. And affirmative action was out of here under daggone Joe Biden. DE&I came up in 2020, if I'm not mistaken, to answer back to George Floyd, and they just announced that it was just a program. Y'all wild people are out here wilding out over a program, not a law, a program that you could have at your local library. We're not listening. We're not paying attention. And just because it's something that's hard for some people to understand, the comprehension is important. And there's a lot of Black people that just don't want to comprehend. They just want to react because they're too emotional about it.
She's not going to tell you about the $100 billion that'll be lost in student loans, or the $30 billion.
You mean the student loan problem? You mean the money going into student loans because people are still taking student loans even after they was crying, whining, and complaining to Joe Biden about waiving their student loans? People still taking student loans? Doesn't that sound like a financial decision that doesn't make sense? Why is it that the community is not talking about that? Why is it that you just think that the government is about to waive your student loans and you should not take them out? Or you should get loans that make sense? Or you should get a loan that's at a lower rate? Or you should go to community college? We don't like to have those discussions. It's just everybody should just give Black people everything. That's not the answer.
There's more than $30 billion going to Pell Grants. She's not going to tell you about that. They're not going to.
So if everybody's getting a grant, then why we had the student loan crisis, Bueller? If everybody's getting a grant and there's so much grants and it's doing all these all the wonderful things for the community, then why was there such a big push to have all these student loans waived amongst Black people who said that they couldn't get houses because of student loans? And yet no one is talking about that. Pastor Jamal Bryant would rather tell people to sell their stock in daggone Target and to boycott Target, but not to say don't be taking out all these daggone student loans. Don't put yourself behind the 8 ball. Don't put yourself into daggone debt after 4 to 5 years going to daggone college when you ain't got nothing, especially in this daggone economy. Where are those conversations? How come you don't want to talk about that?
Tell you about how children with disabilities are going to be affected when the Department of Education is eliminated or gutted. They won't mention those.
What does that have? Listen, we can't help everybody. Now, I don't know nothing about this part with the disability. If the only people that needed to be helped regularly would be disabled, then I would be all for it. But you can't get everything that you want. So because there's one subset of a person, which I wouldn't disagree with you if it is true, that kids who are disabled may need more help. I don't disagree. So everybody else just gets included because of one subset of 55 people is affected. Everybody should just get it. Everybody should just go along. So why is it again that if people are disabled within the state, that the states can't do something in order to help them out?
Those things. They also won't mention why they're doing all of these cuts on all of these different programs.
They're doing all these cuts because everybody can't have everything. And I'm honestly tired of tax money going to people who don't give anything back. Do you ever ask, what do these people ever give back? They don't even volunteer. They don't even help each other. Imagine if all the people who are on the dole had to volunteer to help other people who are on the dole, then maybe that would help them. Imagine if there was a time limit. You know that government assistance should not be a way of life. And if you think that that's how it should be, then we definitely will never agree. If it's supposed to help, let it help you and get the F on up out of here. But you know daggone well it's a way of life. Just because you have a kid doesn't mean that the government should take care of it from the time they was born all the way up until they freaking graduate from college. Don't have kids if you can't take care of them. You're basically saying it starts out with Medicaid, then it goes to food stamps, then it goes to Head Start, then it goes to free lunch, then it goes to free breakfast, then it goes to whatever the hell else there is in there. So the government should just take care of all these kids. But then this is the same thing that I said earlier. If someone is in charge of taking care of you, then there's a time that they can take that away and can't take care of you anymore. And many Black people don't have any plans. And I'm only talking about Black people because I'm Black. Black people don't make no plans. They just think that somebody else is going to come and take care of it, specifically women. And that's just not how life works.
Trump is looking for money to give to his billionaire buddies and big tax breaks.
And where is that in writing as well? Because if the corporation that I work for is employing over 10,000 people, you don't think that they should have a tax break when they are providing money, health insurance, other insurances, and whatever else it is that they do for all those daggone people to be employed. So they shouldn't have anything back. I mean, a corporation is a corporation. They do bad things, they do good things. But I would rather work for a corporation than work directly as a Walmart effing greeter. I ain't got no problem with saying that.
That's what they won't tell you. The reason why Trump is going through all of these agencies, he's going to do the Department of, you're going to do the DOD. You're going to go through a whole lot of different departments, because what you're trying to do, they're trying to eliminate enough of these departments or slash enough funding from these departments so that he can give big tax breaks to his billionaire buddies.
Yeah, I think you're just making that up. I got to be honest. I think you're just making that up, because that doesn't even make any sense. These corporations already get breaks, again, for what it is that I just said, because they employ people. So if people think that these companies, you want them to be in your state, you want to have a job, you don't think that they should be there, and they're taking all the liability. They take all the liability, which is one of the reasons why all these daggone businesses are closing, because they take on the liability, because they're the person that's putting the money out, opening the building, employing the people, bringing the merchandise, all those, paying the insurance, all those type of things. Then people come in there and they steal from them, but then they just say, let them steal. So they should just continue to just get nothing, right? I mean, how do you get employment? How do you get people in your community? How do you grow the community if you're going to allow people to just come in and steal? I don't have a problem with a tax break. We get tax breaks. If you work, people who work, not those people who are on the dole, but for those of us that work, we get tax breaks. Even though those people who don't work, they get tax breaks for all the kids that they have, and then they end up getting $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 back from the government, which is more support. Whereas those of us who work don't get anything near that, but we get the luxury and the opportunity to continue to work and give that money to those people. You think we're not tired of it? You might not be tired of it, DOD, but I know daggone well I'm tired of it. I'm over it.
That's what they're not going to tell you. But that's exactly what Trump is doing.
Cite where that is at.
So even though Michon is my friend, and I suggest you guys, if you want to go over and check out MESSYMICHON's channel, I totally disagree with what she's doing or saying about eliminating these programs, because it's only going to hurt people that look like her and I.
And that's the problem right there. That's the problem right there. It always affects us. I've been talking about the same stuff for years already. It always disproportionately affects us, and yet we ain't doing nothing but begging the same daggone people that's pulling the wool out every single time, and then turn around and say that it's white supremacy, discrimination, and racism, when what it is we don't want to do what needs to be done in order to get where we need to be. Everything is out here for all of us. We don't want to talk about single motherhood, having kids out of wedlock, not having core family values, not valuing education, not educating our own damn kids, but would rather try to push someone to give an agenda in a school that you don't even spend time in. You ain't even raising your own damn kids. Why are so many daggone kids out here gremlinizing? Child, I could go on and on about this, and maybe we can discuss it more. No, that's got nothing to do with me being a Trump supporter or an Elon supporter. It has to do with me being a taxpaying U.S. citizen who is tired of people trying to make me feel bad because I don't give a damn about people who don't give a damn about them kids. I'm sorry, their kids and themselves, and think that I should take care of them and I should have empathy and sympathy, and I just do not. And if we want to continue to listen to Roly Roll, Clown L, and Ricky and all the rest of them to say that your problem, our problem, everybody's problem is white supremacy, discrimination, and racism, they can stay over there. But that's just me. That's it. That's all. Y'all like this daggone video? Make sure you comment, subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.